During the first 2 of my 4 interviews with Mary, the elderly psychic, she had referred to the spokes of the Roman wheel in connection with the history and activities of the Friends of Hecate. The phrase had both intrigued and perplexed me at the time. What was the significance of the Roman wheel, or the wheel, in connection with a dark magical hierarchy of this nature? A wheel is, of course, a rotating circle, which in turn relates to the coiled serpent, its tail in the center of hub. The image is identical with that of a Catherine wheel. The hub of the wheel was Winchester, the Old English capital, and St. Catherine's Hill was an important part of this area. The Romans were famous for their long straight roads connecting towns and villages like ley lines, which, as we know, connect ancient sites. But besides the metaphorical spokes that Mary had spoken of, did the term wheel have some greater significance? That's from Chapter 6, Wheel of Misfortune, in the book The Dark Worship, The Occult's Quest for World Domination by Toyne Newton, and that's a Vega book. Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Stench of Truth. What we need, people, is activity. We need action. We need people to be protesting everything, every day, in every way. Because nothing is solved, nothing is answered, there is no solution but with action. Action is the only thing that is understood and that is accepted by the powers that be. And who are the powers that be? The powers that be are finance capital in the form of banks, international corporations, finance companies, and anybody who is in control of or is in the business of having money transfer through them. That is exactly where the problem lies. Everything can be boiled down to finance capital. Everything. And the fact that in this country we have no production anymore to speak of, and the only thing that our money is put into, money that's stolen from us, is put into paper. Paper guarantees. And what led to the collapse of this fucking economy? Those same pieces of fucking paper. Finance capital in this country, it's the only place where money is, where money goes to, and where money does any work in this fucking country. And what is the one area of this fucking country that seems to avoid any kind of paying for anything? Finance capital. That's who. So, as Wall Street and these big finance firms pay next to nothing in federal tax, probably nothing in state tax, probably have everything locked up in non-profit organizations too on the side, just to reduce their fucking social burden. Corporations and finance capital are in the business of making money. They're all about the hoarding and collection of wealth. And at the same time, they want to avoid paying anything into a social program that would help people because it cuts into their bottom fucking line. And what do they seek? What's their ultimate goal? Well, of course, their ultimate goal is more money and more power. And what do they need to have done to accomplish that? Why, it's to reduce us in the United States and all of the industrial world all of the so-called first world down to third world level, where we have no choice or say in anything we receive as largesse from these fuckers, where we are forced into the position of working for $1 a fucking day. Like the third world, where all of our corporate manufacturing has already fled. It's the only thing that this system does. That is create, accumulate, amass, hoard, and then keep all of it for yourself. They don't want to pay into any social programs. They do not want to contribute their fair share. They do everything they can to avoid it. And yet, their profits continue to fucking rise. Who is paying for that? And then when they run into trouble, what happens? Well, we, you and I, pay to bail their fucking asses out for their risky behavior. And not only that, but then they get trillions of fucking dollars from the Federal Reserve scot-free. And then you have the administration, which is moving more and more in the direction of supporting this same system of corporate greed. And there are some who have said, and I've even been among this group from time to time, that perhaps Obama has been put out here as a ploy in order to force everybody to vote to the right, to shove everything to the right, to guarantee that this outcome happens. But I tell you right now that that cannot even be said to be 100% accurate. Because it doesn't matter who occupies the White House. Because Obama is doing the same fucking work right now. Causing everybody to vote Republicrats into fucking office is not going to speed it up anymore. It's just going to have somebody else at the helm. Some other figurehead running it. How long are we going to sit by and see this happening without taking action? How long? And for all of you Tea Party people out there, God bless you for becoming active. But you know what? You have the wrong fucking message. It's not about less government. You can worry about that later, after you fix the fucking problem that permeates everything right now. Why don't you put your energies into gutting the corporate influence out of the federal government? And then if you want to talk about a free market, maybe we can have an intelligent fucking conversation about it. And if you want to talk about deficit spending and balancing the budget, let's talk about it after the people of this country have been repaid in kind, just like the trillions that have gone to banks for their massive fucking speculation. So get a clue. Anybody who hasn't grasped the reality of what is going on, wake the fuck up. It can't be more obvious. Wake up and realize they want you to be living in a fucking dirt hovel, making pennies, having no insurance, having no social safety net, having no medical care, having no retirement, and beating you down so much that you actually expect to be treated that way. That's where we're heading. And it doesn't matter who you vote in, because they all have the same fucking agenda. When will we decide enough is enough? That is the question. And a better one is, will we ever decide enough is enough and go after the root of the fucking problem in this country once and for all? Finance, capital. Finance, capital. Will we ever reach that point? Thank you. Good night.